Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. Right hand, and Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? What's good, family? How y'all feeling? And YouTube was tripping, man. It's giving me some issues, man. But we had to just hurry up and spin the block real quick, man. We're going to build for a little while. You know, on this boxing, we're going to talk about a few things. How y'all feeling, man? I'm a little annoyed. YouTube just pissed me off, bro. CJ, what it do? Carol Cooler, blessings, family. How you feeling, bro? What's good with it, man? How y'all feeling? But anyway, nonetheless, we here. We ain't gonna complain. We gonna talk this boxing, man. I was watching Cigar Talk last night. You know, he had a couple guests up on the show with him. He had Sean Zeitel, and he had Greg Hackett. But when he was up there talking to Sean Zeitel, naturally fights gonna come up, and Tank name always come up some kind of way. And Sean was saying some of the things that he heard, which was, it's things come full circle. Like it's older now, but I was hearing some of the same stuff. You just never know, man. Again, man, the thing about boxing is it requires so much from you that whenever you have some shit going on outside the ring, I feel like you can fight through it, right? I feel like you can still operate through the chaos, right, to a certain degree. But I think it get to a certain point where, the shit get harder to deal with, right? Get what I'm saying? When your personal life or shit like that ain't in order, shit bleed into your professional life. Y'all know how I go. But he says some very interesting things. And like I said, when we seen the build up with Lamont Roach and Tank, you heard Lamont Roach saying some things that Tank that kind of got Tank ear, right? He's like, man, we've been hearing, man. We've been hearing, you know what I'm saying? Been hearing, you better get focused. And what people don't realize is these fighters, man, they real people, man. I don't give a damn what kind of athlete you think they are. They still humans. They still regular people. Excuse me. You're not out to, you know, he's not exempt from having issues or going through stuff or being distracted or being tired of shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not above none of that. So when you seen like the standoffish nature and the energy, right? It was weird. And you know what? Even fast forward into the Jake Paul thing, right? He looked like he was in a better mood, right? And I think that's to be, to be expected when you about to make, X amount of money. But even the face off, it's just like weird energy. It just don't feel like this the Tank that we've been watching for years in terms of like the presence, right? Now you don't got to be in front of them, but y'all know what I mean. On screen presence just wasn't the same, right? Just didn't seem 2 feet in, 10 toes down on boxing. That's what it would appear to be. But like I said before, these dudes, regular people, they humans, man. They just special athletes, you know what I'm saying? But they still regular people, and you hear some of these things that Sean was mentioning about him not looking good, him looking like shit in the Roach camp. Then you see the fight, you heard what people were saying, and you heard some things in the Jake Paul rumblings, right? Like he wasn't fully locked in with that, despite the money that he was about to make. And I feel like I said, that's where the human part comes in. And people feel like, oh, because you got so much money in front of you to make, that just means that all your problems go away. That's not the reality. And I think, it's unfortunate that he ain't see it through and make it to the finish line with the Jake Paul thing, because it would have been over and done with by now. It'd have been somewhere count money, but it just wasn't in the cards. And now you start to hear little rumblings and little things about people speaking about, him just not being focused and locked in. But the good side to it is Sean also say, I like the way he set the table. Like, he made sure he wasn't trying to take shots at him. He was just talking about what he heard, what he been hearing. I heard some of them same things. These boxing circles small, man. So that information will leak, it'll spread, and you do what you want with it. I think he was pretty responsible with it. And he also went on to say, and y'all know I got the little clip. You know what I'm saying? He went on to say that he hearing Tank is locked in now in the gym, more so now. So maybe he could come back and give us one of them rematches. Look, I don't know what he mean about his knee and all that. Maybe he just trolling. I ain't got time to be trying to figure out and read minds. I just know he put it out there. It's gonna be a conversation when you put it out there. You got Pitbull Cruz coming off a draw. They still trying to push him as a star. If you really Tank Davis, be honest, he could take his pick if he wanted to fight either guy. You get what I'm saying? But he just so happened to say, when his knee healed, he fighting Pitbull, right? But that could just be classic Tank trolling, right? That's just something that he do, right? He just, because he know he can move the needle. He could tell you something. He could write anything. He can tweet anything, and they're going to be all over it, man. They're going to be, like flies this, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's just, I don't know. I don't know if I can take this too serious, but you just never know. But I did like the fact that Sean kind of ended it with the fact that he is in the gym, back focused. That's always a good thing. You know what I mean? Because I ain't no hater of none of these dudes, but, you just be one to see guys get through their situations and just make fights, man. We here for the boxing, man. So to hear that he in the gym in any capacity, especially with him being focused, that's a good sign. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he probably trying to situate his legal situation, and then maybe we'll see him again, But in the meantime, this was something that was being said, and I see people talking about it. And, already, I know I don't push the narratives, man. I already see people like, man, he using Pitbull to duck Roach. And I'm just tired of that same lame ass talk. Look, at the end of the day, bro, these fighters going to do what they want. You as a fan, you can either accept it or cry about it every single time it happens. Me, I'm fully comfortable with the fact that I know I can't pick these guys next fight. I can't make their next decisions for them. I'm not in the rooms with them, right? I'm not helping these guys make money. I'm not training with them. So I'm just here to enjoy the show. And more so now than ever, bro. Very rarely will you ever catch me complaining about anything, especially just the way I see people call boxing, bro. I almost ain't even make it on here today. Yo, I'm telling you, man, we got some of the worst representation in this boxing space that I've ever seen, man. I've never seen anything quite like it before. You got guys with fights lined up already. These dudes making full-blown videos, whole talking points about fighters ducking dudes that ain't even in position yet. Like, this shit is ridiculous. It's nasty work, man. Nasty, nasty work. Elijah, what's good with it, man? That's a fact. Dudes be human, man. That's what I say all the time. Thrill Hill, what's good with it? Peace to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? Zoom versus Peace, Brody. How you feeling? Sammy, what it do? The plug, what's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Talking shit, boxing. Yeah, man. It take my energy away, yo. It's be sapping my energy, bro. And people eat this shit up. And you know the thing that blows me? Like, these people really think that's what cooking is. Like, you see this shit. How was that? See this shit everywhere. Pardon me, y'all. We gonna cook for it. We not gonna be on super long today. I gotta give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm back. My apologies here, man. We're gonna get through this, man. We're gonna have a good show, man. They trying to sap your boy energy, but we good. All right, man. But yeah, like I said, man, I be watching this stuff, man. I be sitting back like, God damn, man. Would y'all just talk boxing for 5 minutes, bro? Just talk some boxing, please. Like, man, the narratives just be running rampant, bro. God damn. So yeah, man. I thought was showing the conversation him and Najee was having. It was a good conversation, and you know, unlike most people when they speaking about Tank, he wasn't taking shots and he was just expressing some things, you know, speaking about some things that he heard. And I ain't gonna lie, like I said, some of the stuff that he was speaking on, you know, resonated with me because it wasn't my first time hearing it. It's just him saying it is just more confirmation that you know, that type of shit be going on, man. These dudes are humans, man. You just never know when enough is enough. I've said this over and over again. Sometimes these guys get tired, bro, and they be ready to, you know, have a peace of mind. Get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The lights and the cameras, that shit be seeming cool at first, but it seems like some guys get tired of it, man. I mean, so GD gonna bring them back down 35 shit. I doubt it. You know what I mean? I dropped a lot today, bringing down Hitchens' possible opponent. I will get your energy up back. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, man, you know what they doing with Hitchens, bro. You know what they doing with Hitchens, dub. They tearing him down left and right. They saying he ducking everybody, bro. They say Hitchens turning down unifications, you know, upcoming fights, all type of shit, man. I'm mad. I got you. I still got your DM, dub, on I got it. I ain't check it yet. You know what I'm saying? I know you sent me something, but I was a little distracted. YouTube had me tripping, bro. They was like, man, golly, man. It was had me bugging. Man, shout out to Lisa, man. But appreciate you, dub. Yeah, man. Listen, Lisa, I understand everybody can't be me, right? And that's cool. Be a tough critic. I'm cool with that. But why the narratives? If you have a fight lined up right now, bigger, better, more lucrative, it's going to attract the masses. It's a more, you know, appealing fight. How do you duck anybody without even getting through your fight first? These guys are such in a rush to push a narrative. They don't even care if it makes sense anymore. They don't care. I'm saying it don't even matter. Like it's nasty work, yo. Only in boxing, bro. Meanwhile, these dudes are constantly ignoring the real boxing conversations that they don't want to have. But we gonna have it. We're gonna talk for a little bit today, man. Look, Y'all gonna be mad as hell if Tank come back and really fight Pitbull. I'm gonna tell you that. Guess who ain't gonna be mad? Guess who? Guess who ain't gonna be spending an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours talking about how Tank lied to me and he told me a lie. He said he wasn't gonna do it. Like, bro, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Who cares, bro? Well, just sit back, enjoy the fucking boxing, shut up, stop lying to these people. Like, bro, you get what I'm saying? Like, this shit is nasty, man. But we gonna get through it, man. Look, I'm gonna play the clip for y'all from Sean, what he said about Tank. We're gonna talk about it. We always talk about things in a tasteful manner. We're not here to tear down and destroy. We just here to have the conversations. I'm never gonna get tired of saying that. This boxing space is toxic and dumb, man. Like everybody's ducking. You're ducking this one. You could be 2 weight classes away. You ducking this guy. Yo, I heard yesterday, bro. I might pull that clip up. Shout out to my dog Blunt Sports. Bro, I heard a guy say a fighter need to fight in like 3 different weight classes basically in the same time. I'm like, bro, this shit is ridiculous, man. These are not boxing fans. These are idiots, man. These are idiots, man. And Gary acquired one. If he's saying anything, you know, he want that fade for real. Gary, you talking about Mr. Gary? Speaking of Mr. Gary, I got you before I play the Sean clip.
Who you think won the fight, bro?
I felt like Pitbull edged it out.
Yeah?
I thought Pitbull edged it out. I thought it was still a decent fight. Especially with the knockdown. I think the only thing that made a little difference was the fact that they took a point.
Yeah.
They took a point and made it a little closer, but I still felt like Pitbull edged it out. I felt like he threw the more punches. He was the more aggressive person, and he was bringing it the whole time.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
Good assessment, bro. Now, on you, man, when can we see you back?
Man,
I love to see Mr. Gary, brother.
I wanted a Lamont Roach. I wanted a Gervonta Tank Davis. And to be honest with you, now that Ushaki Foster just won against Cool Boy Steph, I want a Ushaki Foster too. So,
hey, man.
yeah, y'all know what's going on, man.
No doubt. Anything you want to let the fans know before I let you go?
Man, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. The sky's the limit, man. And your favorite fighter's probably a sucker compared to me.
No doubt. All right, Gary. Take it easy, brother.
Yo, I swear. I'm tired of boxing. The boxing community need a makeover, bro. So yeah, that was Gary the Zoom. Oh, Gary Antoine. You talking about Hitchens ass? Yeah. But it's stupid though, because even with that Zoom, I know people want to be like, man, you're ducking them. But don't Gary Antoine Russell got a fight with Andy Hiroka coming up? You get what I'm saying? Like, even him. Yo, hold on real quick, y'all. My bad, y'all. All right, we back. We back, man. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You got Andy Hiroka on deck, man. Shout out to Z, man. What's good, homie? Shut up and fight y'all fights. And that go for all fighters across the board. If you got a fight in front of you, a meaningful fight, a fight that could be deemed dangerous, a fight that you can't afford to overlook, and that's every fight if you're a boxer. Everybody just need to pump the brakes and focus on the plate that's in front of them, the food that's in front of you, bro. I'm tired of hearing duck this, duck that. Bro, y'all ignorant, man. How the fuck can you duck somebody with a scheduled fight lined up that you didn't even get a chance to fight yet? That's how desperate we are to push narratives. I done seen it with like 3 different fighters, bro. God damn, everybody ducking somebody with a fight lined up. Dude just got out the ring. Dude ain't even healed from his last fight, bro. Been getting punched on. You talking about, yeah, he ducking. You don't want to fight such and such. Man, shut up, man. Whole time, your favorite fighter, you don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they doing. Tearing down everybody, bro. This shit is nasty, bro. Can't duck a fight. The guy already had a signed contract for somebody else. Bro, make it make sense. OP, what's good, Brody? How you feeling? You get what I'm saying? Stop, man. The level of ignorance out here is disturbing and it's draining. It's like leeches, man. You start hearing this stuff, it's like poison to your ears. It's like, bro, why even push that? Why? I'm telling you now, that's why I like to hear. I'm glad somebody feeling great, man. I'm trying to get my energy together, man. So y'all pardon me. We gonna get it together. We gonna get it together. We definitely gonna get it together. Man, yo. Man, I'm seconds away from losing my cool, man. Man. All right, man. Let's keep building, bro. Grieving fighters about respond when they ops get online. I get that, right? I get that. You know, because I feel like as a man, somebody say something to you or about you, it get back to you, you respond to it, you within your rights. You know what I mean? You within your rights. To be you know what I'm saying? You entitled to respond, but don't lose sight of the goal. Focus on the plate that's in front of you, man. Don't get tricked out your spot. Don't put yourself in a position where you drop the ball because you entertain and everything else. And I get it, man. Look, it takes seconds to tweet back at somebody or to go back and forth real quick in the interview, any of that stuff, right? I get it, but right now, what I'm saying is people are in a rush to tear down certain fighters that even when they got fights lined up that are meaningful and bigger and more important and more dangerous than the guys you asking them, you saying that they're ducking, you got to make it make sense, bro. Is none of this shit starting to make sense? And that's what I've been seeing a lot of, man. Like people. Shout out to Frequent. What's good, my guy? How you feeling, man? I agree more. Yeah, and now look, I get it when they don't take the high road because I consider them right. They got alpha male energy, right? You say something to me, I'm on your ass. But all I'm saying is the fans are like, we entertaining potential future fights more than we are the ones that's coming right in front of us. Like there are fights that's coming up right now that you can entertain and talk about that are just more dangerous. Like I said, bigger fights, more lucrative, man. Anybody jumping a weight class to go fight one of the more established guys there ain't ducking shit. You going directly to the smoke. But instead of acknowledging that, we rather create this fantasy that, you know, these guys somehow don't want to fight each other. Man, I just can't wait till the time come, man. One fight at a time, bro. One fight at a time. But let's keep rolling, man. Let me Jordan, what's good with it? Yeah, they really hate boxing, bro. It's all day, every day. Weird shit. Let's get into it, man. Sean was talking to Najee, man, and he had spoke about this. And, you know, I think the Tank conversation lit back up when he started tweeting heavy again. Obviously, I ain't know nothing about his knee being hurt. So he could be 100% trolling. But hey, you put your name in the hat with Pitbull Cruz, people think that that's something that you're gonna do. Let's get into it.
To the cooking, last one. What do you think about the proposed fight? I saw, Gervonta Tank Davis. He came back to Twitter, when Lamont got the draw, started talking this shit, and he said he wanted to fight Pitbull Cruz next if once his knee gets better. He said, I'm just trying to heal my knee, and then I want to fight Pitbull Cruz. What do you think about that fight? And just, I guess, him not necessarily rematching Lamont, but wanting to go for Pitbull. Yeah.
I didn't see it because, he takes down his tweets a lot.
You got to throw on him fast. He takes them down real quick.
Look, I think I don't want to take shots at the man, but I think between all the domestic stuff out the ring, and then I know our Ray Jackson gets under people's skins, but he said something about your daughter will be the next victim. That's very classless shit from Gervonta, and I'm not in the business of protecting Gervonta Davis right now or nothing like that. I don't want to shit on him while maybe he's going through whatever he's going through. A lot of it seemingly self-inflicted and all that, but he has he's one of those fighters like we talked about with Canelo and Crawford that's got those parasocial relationships with his fans. And it was funny to me that in the post-fight, they're like, oh, Lamont and Isak, look at them mentioning Gervonta. It's like, you should thank them because they're keeping his name in the news cycle when he's not in the ring right now. And it's not about losing a Jake Paul fight or any of his outside of the ring problems. It's about, is he going to rematch one of these guys? It's like, it's boxing talk. They're doing him a favor, actually, putting his name in the headlines in a more positive way. So, I mean, what I heard a little bit sometimes was didn't have a good camp for Roach. He was not having a good camp for Jake Paul, and that he might be, having a really good time. I heard he's kind of doubling down in the gym now, though, and getting ready to come back and fight a Lamont Roach or fight a Isak Cruz now. So I hope for the sport and for him that is what's happening, that he's recommitting to fighting meaningful fights back in and around his division. But honestly, though, I want to see. I'm more interested in first seeing part 2 between Roach and Cruz, and then the winner of that maybe fighting Gervonta Davis. But I won't kick Tank fighting either one out of bed. I'd rather see Tank and Roach first, though, because he did get the victory in a close fight over Cruz. Run it back with the guy who gave you a draw first, not the guy who you did get by. In that first fight. I'd rather see the Tank and Roach fight first.
Same. All right, let me read some of these super chats, and then we'll get to the cooking.
Oh, so y'all heard that. I like how Sean, set the table for the information he put out there. Yeah, Dank, you already know they're gonna be all over him and be mad as hell. I'm mad as hell, man. They're gonna be pissed off coming for him, going crazy. But you heard he's not. See, this is why I decided to even go here, because it's relevant to the tweet that he put out. It kind of gives a little validity, man, to those maybe that was wondering what was going on. I feel like Sean is in the loop. If you know, you know. I don't think he got bad information. I just think it is what it is, man. You've been hearing for some time. They've been having some things outside of boxing going on. I ain't got to dig into his personal life. But like I said, people human. That shit bleed into the ring. It's only so many times, you know what I mean? You could go into the ring dealing with shit. Sometimes that shit just start to affect you. You know what I mean? When you least expect it. So that I feel like that's what happened to him. Maybe that's why he had a tough time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why he was having a tough time in camp. For what other reason would it be that you're having a tough time? You know what I'm saying? I heard it with Roach. You know what I'm saying? And y'all even know Roach said it to him. Roach told him, hey, you better get focused, man. I've been hearing my ear to the streets. Y'all remember him saying that, and Tank looked over at him like he ain't tell him like, oh, you capping. He ain't say that. He looked like he had something going on, right? So all I'm saying is he like Cal mentioned, the dude is human, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. You go through some things, and sometimes you got to get through them. But the most important thing is you can tell why I like Sean, because he wasn't looking to push a narrative. And how do you know? Because he didn't just say, oh, man, I heard he was looking like shit for the Roach camp and the Jake Paul camp, man. You know, he got to get it together. Nah, he was like, but, I'm hearing he's doubling down now in the gym, and he's looking to get himself back in the mix, basically, right? And possibly come back and fight one of them rematches if he want. And with him saying when his knee get better, he probably trolling there, who knows? But I don't know if he'll fight a Pitbull Cruz. But look, I get it, bro. We've been conditioned to complain because we spend money. So we feel like with that money should be the right to dictate who these guys fight. I'm just not that fan, bro. I'm not. You know what? If Tank Davis come back and fight Jake Paul, I don't give a damn. I don't. My choice is what it's always been. I have an option to support him or don't. He could come back and fight Isak Pitbull Cruz in a rematch for all I care. I could choose to watch it, but I'm not going to be complaining and whining. I'm not going to be talking about, oh, shit, he used Pitbull to duck Roach. Y'all sound stupid. He already fought Roach for 12 rounds. I don't care if he's not really interested in fighting him again. I don't care if, once upon a time that he said, you know what, I'm going to activate this rematch clause and I'm going to fight this dude and blah, blah. I don't care. I just don't care. You know what? Whatever he do is what he do. Like I said, if it's boxing, I'm just going to talk about it. So good. If you come back and beat Pitbull or fight a Pitbull, maybe that means you lock back in. You come back, rematch Roach, maybe that means you coming to shut up some people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The world is yours if you come back, right? You can fight who you want, right? You still one of the biggest names in the sport. So it is what it is. Ghetto Fab, what's good with it, bro? And look, I like something else that Sean said. Yo, y'all fans, I'm telling you right now, bro. Shout out to the Gervonta Tank Davis supporters. Big shout out to y'all. Y'all add to the boxing community. We got love for y'all, man. But them super duper duper fans, they terrible, bro. They got the loudest voices. They all over YouTube, all over social media, running rampant. Y'all are complaining. This is what I don't understand about his super duper fans. I don't get this. Y'all say you want, y'all say how he's the face of the sport. You will argue up and down across every platform there is known to man that he's the face of boxing. Despite him saying that he don't even want it, you'll still argue it. And then when his name is brought up in the right context, in an interview with somebody that gave him a good fight, you get what I'm saying? A Lamont Roach, maybe a Pitbull Cruz. Here y'all go whining. Oh man, they always bringing up Tank. That's what Sean talking about. Y'all should be glad, because at a time where they talking about where he making like daughter comments and it's the domestic allegations out there, they found a way to talk about boxing. They're not talking about that man's personal life. They talking about fights with him. And you little sensitive, weird ass dudes, that the same ones that brag on how popular he is, how he the face of boxing, the biggest name in the sport. If that is true, you don't think that maybe one, even two people that gave him good fights, that even the ones that get knocked out, you don't think his name is ever going to come up in conversations if he's one of the biggest names in the sport? You think Frank Martin is never going to get asked the Gervonta Tank Davis question, knowing that he fought well early, even though he got stopped? But we ain't seen him since then. And then you get what I'm saying? He back on the scene. It's like y'all brag about his star power, and then you complain about when people have conversations that hold him in a decent light. You can't make this up. Oh man, Lamont Roach and celebrated a draw, and man, y'all weird, man. Y'all toxic and bad for boxing. That's why Tank, and I'm convinced, bro. I'm convinced when Tank said fuck y'all, he wasn't talking about the supporters, bro. He ain't have to be specific. And I'm gonna throw him a bone. I'm gonna say he was talking to them super duper fans. He don't like y'all. It ain't even me that don't like. He don't like jock riders. He don't. You see it on a regular basis. He don't like people that try to suck up and just be super duper. He don't like it. He don't like y'all either, bro. Y'all not good for the sport. Y'all complain about people having boxing conversations about one of the biggest names in the sport. He had a super controversial fight in his last fight, bro. It was super controversial. You seen the knee, and you ain't never seen that before. You seen him turn it back. You seen him get help in the corner. You ain't never seen none of that. He ain't do a single interview with nobody talking about none of that. But y'all mad at Lamont Roach for doing his due diligence and making sure he traveled and make sure he visit and frequent these platforms and get his voice out there. This shit is ridiculous, bro. Y'all say he makes stars. Everybody he fight, he makes him a star. And the minute Lamont Roach start trying to be that star that y'all keep arguing across YouTube that he make, y'all threw him right under the bus. Now y'all downplaying him. Now y'all agreeing with Tank when he say he a gatekeeper. None of this shit makes sense to me. It's like, bro, what? If I just seen somebody fight who was my favorite fighter that I argue for all the time to a draw, the last thing I'm going to be doing is agreeing that he's some type of gatekeeper. I'm the uncomfortable truth, and this is just my truth based on what I've seen. Lamont Roach should be, in the last two showings on Amazon Prime, the PBC, against the PBC, that man should be 2-0. They don't want to talk about that, but it is what it is. That man should be 2-0. He should be 2-0. He should, in my opinion, he should. I'm not the only one to think. It's a shit ton of people that think that. And instead of y'all embracing Lamont Roach like another player that's like reached the stage, right, that arrived, y'all shitting on him at every turn. He went in there and stood up to the bully, to the guy that y'all said Loma ducking, Shakur ducking. All these other guys are scared to fight. Lamont Roach from 130 comes up to 35 and fights y'all superhero, y'all hero, y'all savior to a draw. And the only thing you can draw from that, no pun intended, is negative comments to tear this man down on YouTube. It's crazy. You said he make the stars, then you tear down the very same stars that you say he make. Then you conveniently build these guys up when it's convenient, right? You built Rolly up. You tore him down when he was on inline skates against Pitbull Cruz. You built him back up after he beat Ryan, where they both Tank Davis knockout victims, right? Then you try to build them back up. You do it when it's convenient. Shit is mind-blowing. Built Barrios up, you tear him down when it's convenient, then you try to rebuild them back up. Y'all toxic for the space is what I'm getting at. Just allow these dudes to earn the respect that they deserve, bro. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach don't deserve none of the slander. You know what I'm saying? All he did was go out there back to back on the PBC Amazon platform on pay-per-view and get the shit into the stick, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact, and I know other people see it differently. It's cool. For me, Pitbull lost. He lost the fight the minute his ass started trying to box. That was it for me. That was all she wrote. I thought he lost. You get what I'm saying? Now we want to try to act like Pitbull is something that Lamont Roach not. Man, he lost the same way he lost the Tank. The only difference is he don't got the backing that Tank got. If Gervonta Davis go out there and fight that same fight, in my opinion, against Pitbull Cruz, he wins. Same exact fight Lamont did. We're going to act like he ain't go out there, man. That dude went out there in back-to-back tough fights, man. Pitbull brought it. And this is how you know people don't really appreciate boxing and they fake. They're stuck on the end result. They talking about Lamont, how his face looked like Pitbull face wasn't beat up. Yeah, Lamont might have broke his hand. But, hey, man, nobody talking about how he fought Pitbull in a way that wasn't in his best interest. The way nobody typically fights Pitbull. Don't nobody really give Pitbull. Don't nobody really try to go blow for blow with Pitbull in that way, in that regard. He did it. But guess what we say when he get a draw and one that he probably shouldn't have got? Guess what we say? Ah, man, he's not that good. He's a gatekeeper. I told y'all the Tank fight was a fluke. Y'all using Pitbull Cruz to make y'all case that Lamont Roach is not a good fighter now? That's nasty work. And truth be told, I'm going to play another video. Shout out to Greg Hackett. Shout out to YSM. Get what I'm saying? They talked about which fight was closer. Was Pitbull and Tank closer than Roach and Pitbull? That's a good conversation, man. Go and talk about it, man. It's just nasty, bro. All I'm saying is y'all want the world to bow down to your favorite fighter. Meanwhile, you tear down everything that is boxing. Everything that is boxing, you tear down. That shit, I'm never gonna stop fighting this fight. Y'all kill me with this stuff, bro. I can't understand how y'all expect people to, you know, give guys credit when all you do is tear down fighters. All you do, tear them down. Shout out to my dog, man, Big Dog Willie, man. Appreciate the love, homie. He said Tank Man is the worst fans in boxing, seriously. And every time you say that, I'm gonna say this: the supporter Tank Davis fans, we know who those are, yo. I swear, I'm one, so I know one. It take one to be one. I know a Tank Davis supporter when I see one typing or when I interact with one. But if you're tearing down Lamont Roach and then conveniently building up Tank Davis' previous knockout opponents to try to make him even put him on a pedestal, that's weird. Fact of the matter is, Rolly would have never beat Tank. Never. Barrios neither. Get what I'm saying? And that was a good fight. That was a damn good fight. Let's build boxing up. Stop tearing it down to try to make your guy look better, because it ends up making you look bad. Case in point. Now Lamont Roach ain't good because he had 2 draws in a row. So we gonna conveniently act like that first draw wasn't some straight up bull. Like he ain't get job. You get what I'm saying? Think about that. A knockdown, that's 2 points. It's a 10-8 round from the rip. Shit is crazy, man. There's these fans, bro. They terrible. The super dupers, man. Shout out to the supporters of Tank Davis, man. Like I said, man, we appreciate it.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Lance, what it do, homie? Howard, what's good, family? Big Dog Willie back in that super chat. Appreciate the love, homie, man. Did you know stampedes causes domestic violence? Just I heard the craziest Tankamaniac responses more. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope nobody ain't say no shit like that. Stampedes cause domestic violence. Crazy. Nasty work, bro. Then they shout out to Big Dog Willie. Appreciate that love. Butcher was good. Howard, shout out to my guy. Tay was good with it, fam. Yeah, still tearing down the sport, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, like Sean just mentioned, instead of allowing it to be a good boxing conversation about Tank, y'all complain that people are talking about the same guy that y'all keep saying is the super duper duper star, right? Then people are going to talk about him. He had a good competitive fight with Pitbull that I know he won. He had a very, very competitive, but even closer controversial fight with Lamont Roach. And you ain't heard him even. And it's crazy, bro. Like, I know people they fake fans because this man came back and did a press conference for a whole nother fight without even talking about the fight that he just had that was a draw, that people were saying he lost. That was any other fighter doing that, y'all would have the worst things to say about him. Because it's your superhero, you like, yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. Y'all argue with Big Dog Willie for months, I think, right? A couple months about the Jake Paul shit. Yeah, he ain't doing that. He rematching Roach. And then soon as he pulled the Uno reverse card on you, then you justified the Jake Paul fight. And then justified not fighting Lamont Roach. You can't make this shit up, bro. Can't make this shit up. Meanwhile, we talking about who ducking when guys is chasing greatness, man. You can't make this shit up either, bro. Man. He say laugh himself to sleep, man. I'm sorry, bro. I just had to vent a little bit, man. Y'all gotta stop doing this, man. Let's get to the box. Tank Davis, man. I hope that what I'm hearing about you being in the gym, doubling down, is you locking back in. And like trying to reassert yourself back into this boxing space, bro. You got real people that rock with you. You know what I mean? The hell with them super duper fans. We don't care about them. We care about the real supporters, man. Like I said before, I root for this dude. I want to see him, come back when he's ready to come back. You get what I'm saying? But I hope we get to a point where people learn to build these fighters up. You get what I'm saying? Build these fighters up instead of, trashing them at every turn. Yeah, somebody told me that. Somebody said that in my comments. Dante, they say he's trolling when he said F y'all. But like I just said recently, man, I'm gonna throw him a bone. He talking to them silly, goofy ass fans. He talking to them silly, super goofy ass fans that really just don't know how to appreciate the sport. Y'all don't get it, bro. Hold on, man. We're gonna talk about it. Y'all don't get it, bro. I was so close to not making it here. And I appreciate L-Dub, man. I gotta go check out the clip you left me, man. I was so close. Damon, what's good with it? Guys will fight the winners, not the losers. It's subject to change, bro. I knew he wasn't fighting Roach next because he literally said it in the fight. This is the thing, though, Zoom. This is the thing, bro. Because I know you said this last time, and I'm a level-headed dude. Let me take this off for a second. Let me talk to you for a second, my guy. Hey, dig this, Zoom. I 1,000,000% understand where you coming from, right? When you feel like he wasn't fighting him because he said it, right? He literally said that, right? But I'll ask you, from me to you, after he said, you get what I'm saying? After he said it in the post fight, he wasn't fighting him, right? They didn't have a whole back and forth online after that post fight with him talking about they could fight and soon too. He ain't say he was activating a rematch clause after what he said in the post fight. Which came first or which came last? What he said in the post fight or what he said when he was going back and forth on Twitter? You get what I'm saying? That's all. What you're saying is 1,000,000% right. And I understand. And look, I've always made that same thing. He said, yo, the person he was fighting was in the locker room. But I think, and this is my honest opinion, I think Tank was reacting out of like, that's the fighter in him. Man, we could get it in right now. We get it soon. We could fight. I ain't ducking shit. But then again, when you start to sit there and think about your options, you like, hold on. Lamont Roach is scrappy ass dude. This could be another good fight. And I'm not saying he's scared. He fought him the first time. That scared business is dead, right? But you start thinking, if you Tank, you sit down with your people, they like, hold on. You could go fight him for X amount of million, or you could fight him for X amount of million. What you gonna do? You get me? So when I set the table the way I did, I'm not saying it because I have a problem with it, but it's just how people are very selective with what they choose to pay attention to. So it's and what I'm saying is, Zoom, I understand people can change their mind. To be mad at him, like let's say for instance, he said he wasn't fighting him. Then after that, he said he was, right? So you telling me after he said he was, he had to stay stuck on that? He couldn't change his mind? People don't change their mind. People change their mind. And in my opinion, Tank had about 40, maybe 50 or more million reasons to change his mind. Could you blame him? No. So it's like, I know how to have these conversations, put things in its proper context with no slander. But can the next super duper fan do what I'm doing? Nope. You get me? So guys can change their mind. You know what I'm saying? Just like now, people saying, well, he said he wasn't gonna fight Pitbull. Now he's saying he's gonna fight him. That's cool. He can't change his mind. Things change. Maybe Pitbull fought good enough to make him say, I'll fight him again. You know what I mean? Cut was good with it. He also say he wasn't going to rematch Pitbull in a post-fight interview. Yeah, we talked about it. Music makes me what? Shout out to you, fam. Blessings. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He said I'm a record saying I just don't like how he been moving. Not happy with it. I get it, but you know what, Zoom? I don't mind it. Hey, Jay Grant, what's good with it, Jay? How you feeling, my guy? Hey, Zoom, you know why I don't care about how he moving? Because like we have no control over that. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Why be mad at a man for doing him? If y'all knew Tank was about that bag, and you telling me at the tail end when he been talking about how he's sick as shit, he get the bag and he gonna be like, I gotta do this for the fans. The same fans that are talking shit right now about him. You get what I'm saying? That's why when people say, yo, we miss you, fuck y'all. Like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he's saying F all the fans. You get me? Like, I don't. That when he scribble, you talking that stuff. That stuff is when he's scribbling outside the lines. I don't like that. That's foul. Tank. That's why I always say he got to tighten up. He got to have more awareness, situational awareness, bro. He got to tighten up. But the boxing stuff is cool. Like he can change his mind. He can get tired of boxing. He can fake retire. He can unretire. Like it's not that deep. It's simple. You either support these guys or you don't. That's all. But the minute we go wrong as boxing fans is when we think we can dictate what they do next. And when they don't do what we thought they was going to do, when they decide that they may have had a conversation behind the scenes and changed their mind, now we get online and trash them. Nah, man, Tank, do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, when your career over, when you hang them gloves up, these same people that have everything bad to say about you are not going to have an impact on your life. Yeah, that's just the harsh reality. You know what I'm saying? About this, the fans who switch up. I hate it. I hate it, bro. I don't rock with it. I don't rock with it, bro. I don't rock with it. Switch up. I said this before, man, long time ago. I'm going to keep saying it. Fans, boxing need more supporters and less critics, bro. We all could be critics, but boxing need more supporters, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. Big shout out to the Queen Lisa, man. Always support with the big $100 donation in that Cash App, supporting the grind. Continue to hold on to the mantle. I appreciate all your messages too, man. They definitely hit home. Much needed. I appreciate the message more than anything and all your support. Shout out to the Queen.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Man. Yeah. So yeah, facts. So as far as that stuff, like I wish he wouldn't go that route with it. But Ray Jackson, when you troll to the level that he troll and switch up and say all type of reckless stuff, he gonna get what he got coming to him. Like he gonna get that weird energy. But just the kids are always off limits. Tank should know that. But I think he really just got anger issues, and hopefully he worked through that. You know what I'm saying? Or take it out on somebody in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate when guys scribble outside the lines. That's what I call it. When they don't talk boxing, that's scribbling and coloring outside the lines. I hate to see anybody do it, but you know what I'm saying? He said, adjust my tinfoil hat. Rick Jackson secretly Rick Glazier in blackface. Hell yeah. Man, it is. But shout out to the real ones, man. And we'll see what he do when he come back. Said he had some struggles in back-to-back camps. I think both are believable. You know what I'm saying? I heard he had some issues going on with the shit that was going on with the Jake Paul camp. And my thing was, I'm hearing that he, ain't really want to be sparring them big ass guys. You know what I'm saying? Of course, at the fans, I thought he was talking about the haters. Tank called his #1 fan. He's soft. His nasty work. Yeah. When Corey said it, I get it. At the end of the day, you don't ever want that to really leave your mouth, right? Because then you got to walk it back and justify it. You don't never want to be saying F the fans. But I did agree when he said, far as Shakur, I'm keeping it on him. When he said, if you saying F me, is F you too. I maybe I'm ignorant, but I've lived like that. And maybe I got to grow up some more, but that's how I think. If you saying F me, I'm not going to tell you I love you and you telling me F me. F you too then, you know what I mean? Or I'll just keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I think all these guys need to understand where their fan base is at, tap into them, and gravitate to their support rather than the negativity, you know what I'm saying? If the purpose don't work out, make money, etc. Yeah, most of these people can't run a mile at all, man. They can't run a mile. Can't at all, man. So let's keep cooking for a bit while we here, man. So look, say you're a woman abuser, but it's below the belt to mention his family. I don't think it's cool, Howard. I mean Tay, I don't think it's cool. It's not cool either way, but you kind of, I don't know. Guess he talking off accusations in his past, right? And it's still foul to say it if you can't prove that that's what he is, right? But it put it this way, they both low blows at the end of the day. You know what I mean? One just might be a little bit lower, but low is low. So they both bugging. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the area you want to go, right? That's just not where you want to take it. If I'm Tank, I'll do exactly what he did, expose him. Cornelius was good with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, these dudes can't run a lap. So I don't think either one of them was right. You would never hear me tell you somebody right for talking crazy. Like anything you throw out there on a public platform, that if it's an accusation or something, you should be able to back it up with facts or don't say it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. But we're gonna keep building, man. We're gonna keep building. So yeah, man. Sean said he looked rough in a couple of camps, but since then he back locked in, man. And you might could see him back in the ring with a pit bull, maybe. Yeah. I'm glad the way he exposed him being a damn super fan. I think all the boxers should tap in with the fans and tell them it's not that deep. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you, don't be that deep, yo. We be wilding. Yeah, all kids out of it, but yeah, I like the way he talked to it. He just exposed the fact that you're not genuine, man. That switch up was crazy. But hey, man, while we here, let's talk about it. Would y'all want to see this again? Hey, man, what did we get a part 2, man? Part 2 or no? He's making us get rough. Making dog, though. He was trying to knock his head off. Knocking the hell out of him. Some good stuff in there. It's not enough. he's boxing the girl.
Still, the undefeated WBA.
You know what's funny, bro? Like, I know highlights always supposed to look a certain way, but it's crazy that people really thought Pitbull won that fight. Like, nothing says, like, if you go back and watch it now, you would know better. Like, I think just people just be, I don't know, when you see something that you don't typically see, somebody stand up to him, land some big shots, a lot of pressure on him, right? He even knocked Tank on the ground at one point. Not a knockdown, but, you know, just to see that he was on the ground, right? Had him in some weird positions, but he never won that fight, bro. He never won that fight. Never won that fight. He said, John Wick was good. He said, no, Devin and Shakur, shit, man. We'll see. We'll see. But I did hear from Sean's I tell that he is back in the gym. So that's a good sign. Maybe. 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 Beat that man's ass. Yeah, he did, bro. Yeah, he did. He beat him. He boxed him, bro. He boxed him. But look, this is what I was going to say. Saying that fight rescheduled between him and Khalil Cole. Good. Shout out to Z. Shout out to Z. Good. Jersey strong. I like Jesse Hart. Always have. Win, lose, or draw. I like his attitude. And he'll fight you, bro. Jesse Hart, he'll fight you. From what I understand, what I know about him as a fighter, and I always watched him win, lose, or draw. I like Jesse Hart. But you know, we Jersey strong over here. They was crapping on Khalil Cole, man, when he had to pull out. So I'm glad that he fighting him. Cole versus Hart rescheduled for 124. Appreciate you, Dub. Muay versus Cruz undercard in Vegas. That's the plug, man. Again, anybody in here want facts all day with no false narratives, no trashing of the fighters, never, just no agenda. I tell y'all humbly, go tap in the boxing, man. Trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to told you, man. You feel me? You want information, you want it correct, and where people are pushing narratives, you will get some straightening over there. You want somebody that can break down the rankings and make that shit make sense. There you go. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm never gonna lead y'all the wrong direction, bro. So if you in here, sub up to my guy, man. Let's keep building though, man. Let's hear what I want y'all to hear something, man, because they YSM and Greg was having a conversation, right? About this particular, like these two fights. And it was interesting. I like them too. They like a tag team or something, man. Conversations they be having be good. You know, I be liking the conversations, man. Liking the conversations. But we gonna get to it. Jordan, what it do? Said Tank fight Pitbull, the press conference will be in the cafeteria. Once again, shit, yeah, you better not go out there and fight no damn Pitbull. Gym talk, yeah, I like it. They always have good boxing conversations, man. They was talking about which fight was closer. Was it you know what? Was it my bad, y'all. Yeah, let me get this conversation up. Yeah, the gym. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like this conversation that they was having. I just figure it was fitting, man. It's good for the live. Let's talk about it though, man.
Pitbull Cruz is relentless. My Roach ain't no sucker. I'm not gonna do what you want to him. He not gonna let you back him down. He not running for no smoke. So I knew it was just, he was gonna go out there and tear with him. He went out there and used the skills. He tried to keep it boxing. But what people don't understand is, I heard somebody say, well, why was he letting Pitbull get so close to him? Why was he letting Pitbull do this? Why wasn't he turning him? Like, bro, you gotta understand how fast this shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? And you inside of a box. That's why I do say, I mean, it's hard for a guy to run from a guy. You know what I mean? Because you're inside of a box. And I saw him using his skills. I saw him getting away from little shit. But then he got caught in that third round. Caught with a shot that spun him around. Glove touched the mat. Called it a knockdown. From there, it was on. When I say on, Lamont made his mind up. I can't keep trying to escape every time using my ability, because to get caught on the end of one of those shots is dangerous, because I'm trying to think of it's like an alligator. I mean, alligators, they really only use their legs to walk, swim, but the strength that they have is incredible. You know what I'm saying? So imagine just getting caught with a, it's not long, it's not a long object where you will see it. It's nice and short and quick. His torso was like a little short, stocky torso. So you know he's strong. His core strength is crazy. I seen him doing like.
Shout out to them. For me, yo, I always like Greg breakdowns because they come from an honest place. You know what I'm saying? But for me, yeah, Lamont was using his skills for sure. But he didn't utilize his full bag. And I'm pretty sure if you asked him that, he would say that. I'm willing to bet money if you ask Lamont Roach, is there a chance that you could have made the fight easier for yourself and you just chose to fight? As well as Pitbull, don't get me wrong, you bringing that heat. He made Tank fight in spots. You get what I'm saying? But Tank was boxing the hell out of him. Lamont Roach was standing in there and trying to trade and fight. Tank was boxing him and cracking him with, big shots, slipping his shots, keeping the jab in his face. Like, he boxed him more than Lamont did, especially early, right? I mean, Lamont was fighting and then it went to the boxing, but I think that's where he allowed the fight to be closer with the fighting. He didn't need to fight this dude. DGO was good with it. Says, for this little zesty dude, now he over the hill, past his prime, literally wasted barely fighting once a year against the weakest opposition. I get it, bro, but it's tough, man. It's tough, man. Rack Stackers, what's good with it, fam? Says, how you feel about Tank calling everybody EK? What do you say? Calling everybody out? What do you saying? How I feel? Man, Tank gonna be Tank. He gonna talk shit. He gonna say you trash. He gonna say you ain't good. He gonna send some shots. He gonna tweet. He gonna delete. But one thing I respect about him, you can say what you want. Win, lose, or draw. Now you can say draw because you got one, right? Dude gonna always go in there and give you a show. I feel DGO. I get it. You got an opinion on who he's fought and things of that nature. But for me, I feel like a lot of that was financially motivated, bro. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, man. How you feeling, Mike? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna try to make this make sense real quick. At the top, where Tank is operating at, that's the highest level to me. I don't feel like you fighting on pay-per-view. There's nothing really bigger that you could be doing. You get what I'm saying, platform-wise, and then you're one of the focal points of the other PBC. You the guy. You one of the guys over there. One of the big money makers, right? At the absolute top, bro, I really want people to hear me in this and just go do some research. Don't even take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? At the absolute top is more of a business than a sport. I think I said this yesterday. It's more of a business than a sport. And I don't care who it applies to, unless you are willing to break the mold or demand shit or go outside of what your team has planned for you. You're going to be moved a certain way. I said it before. If you are in business and you have an investment, is it necessarily smart to put your investment in the most risky situations every time, knowing that you can continue to make boatloads of money with these other guys? Not like it doesn't matter what name you attach to Tank. It's going to do some numbers. It's going to sell well. Like, for the most part, he's consistently shown you that. So if you are somebody that's moving him, you're not at all sitting here talking about, let's put him in the most dangerous fights possible. Let's see who could beat him. Like, that's just not the conversation for real. It's like, all right, look, how much was them gate numbers? And this is, how much was them numbers? What he brought on the pay-per-views was what? Fighting who? How could we continue to make money, the most money, without taking no loss? Just what it is. People don't like to hear it, but it's reality. You know what I'm saying? At the top, it's a business more than it is a sport. And what I'm saying is money talks at that level. And if it make dollars, it makes sense. And fortunately for them, just about everything they've done made dollars and cents when it got Gervonta Davis' name attached to it, right? So that's all I'm just trying to give. Maybe I can help you, just give you something to consider, right? It's not just up to him. And look, could we hold him accountable and say you should demand those names and stuff like? You could say that. You could say, oh, why you ain't give us the list? All that you could say that, but yeah, man, they playing with it. They playing with that money at that level, bro. At that level, it's about securing the bag. And how do we keep putting them in position to secure the bag each and every time? It's not saying we're not challenging them, but we might not put them in the most dangerous challenge, just simply put, or the fight that you might deem the biggest might not be the biggest fight. Because if any fight you fight is a big fight. Everybody's biggest fight. That's a rare situation. And that's a lot of responsibility that come with that when you're one of the few people that is looked at as everybody's biggest fight. So you got the pick of the litter if you Tank. No matter who you fight, it's their biggest fight, if you understand what I'm saying. So I think with that comes strategic, calculated risks and moves being taken, right? Even with Jake Paul, it's risking that, but it's a calculated one. And it might seem like it makes sense for the amount of money that he can make, right? So it's tough, bro. It's just a lot to consider. It's just not the end all be all like, oh, Tank, you ain't fighting this and that and that. It's just not that. You know what I'm saying? You got to consider that. I'm telling you, it's no different, bro. Guys are going to, they're going to make money, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make money. I'm telling you, man, hit that like button, man. Since my door keep hitting the John while I'm typing. Great channel, man. Shout out to you, man. I hope I said your name right, Rap. You already know, man. I'll be seeing you, man. I'm gonna be supporting, man. I see you doing your thing. I gotta make sure I'm subbed up. I don't know. A couple of your videos came across my feed, so I've been trying to tap in, man. So shout out to you, fam. You already know. 30-pound champ having to fight Tank at 35. You know what? I'll answer that real quick. I got you. It's not a big deal. You know why it's not a big deal? Because when it's all said and done, if you look at it, two of them face to face, Lamont Roach bigger than Tank. And Lamont Roach fought higher than 35 a couple times, if I'm not mistaken, before he fought Tank. So fighting at 135 pounds, it wasn't him being like a fish out of water. It wasn't unfamiliar territory. And if you remember the build up in some of the interviews, Lamont Roach was letting it be known like that shit is not going to be an issue at all. And remember, none of that matters at all because he was on record saying what? Tank is too small for him. Remember he said that? Tank too little. Tank too little. So he didn't get to say, yo, you brought me up from 130, especially if you the bigger man. And Tank's a little ass dude. My daughter taller than him, right? So it's not a big deal. And as far as getting the opportunity at 40, again, he's not out of familiar territory. I believe he's had a fight or two in that ballpark, if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check the box rec, but I believe he did earlier in his career. So yeah, he don't get no excuse to say, well, you brought me up from here. And then Pitbull is not a real 40-pounder. So even though you went up there to take that opportunity, you didn't have to, but you did it. And you ain't fighting legit 40-pounder. So they ain't do Lamont dirty. I think the only place they did him dirty was on the scorecards, man. I ain't gonna lie. The over from Prime deal was all cap. I don't know. We'll find out, man. Time reveals all, DGO. Time reveals all, man. You know what I mean? Like the Tank versus Gary Antoine. We'd never see that, in my opinion. Tank and Gary Antoine, like, what's the reasoning for it? You get what I'm saying? You think he's just in a bit just to be fighting dangerous fights? Like, I ain't saying he's scared or none of that, but it would have to make sense, right? Like, why would he just come out of the woodwork and fight him? You know what I mean? It'd be a crazy fight, though. Sheena say Cruz is going to KO him this time for sure. Shit. Cruz will never beat Tank. He ain't skilled enough, in my opinion. Cruz will have to get lucky and knock Tank out. And I just played that clip. He took some of Cruz's best shots and just kept fighting. I mean, Tank is talented, bro. And that, listen, I'm gonna highlight something because I'm a real one, bro. I don't have a negative, but I don't have nothing against him. It's a reason why y'all are frustrated with these fights that you haven't seen from him, because you know the talent that's there, bro. And it's okay to say that. You know there's maybe potentially some untapped potential there. You know that. You know he's on the level to give you great fights with these guys, or else we wouldn't be asking for him to fight. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Hope we never know, man. Anything could change. You know what I mean? Maybe I said this before in a previous live when it happened. Maybe Jake Paul not happening was a blessing in disguise. Maybe Jake Paul is something that, you know, maybe he can go another way to make that 40-50, right? Or however much money he was going to make. Maybe. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe that'll put him in position to make some of the fights that y'all want to see. I'm just interested to see how things unfold. But I refuse. This is just me, just do. I refuse to believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is retiring off that Lamont Rose draw. That's where I'm at with it. Like, does anybody in here feel like he really done? He's never gonna fight again. I don't see that shit. That man, 30 years old. He got a couple years left, a few years at bare minimum, right? I don't think that's the last time we're gonna see him. So I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna reserve some judgment to say maybe it's a chance he come back. Maybe he do look at Pitbull or Roach again. I don't know. Kid Austin and Abdullah, yeah, they turned it down already. They don't want that. Roach versus Shock at 35. It's a good fight. Pitbull versus Jermaine. It's another good fight. Some good fights. Y'all hit the like button. Sub to the channel if you're new. We're going to rock out. We're going to keep building, man. Just give me a second. Got some more things we're going to get to. Tank Eagle and competitive energy will possibly kick in, but we shall see. That's what I'm telling you, bro. He ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump. He not going out like Willie Lump Lump. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't think that's the last time we're going to see him. And you think that's the last time he want people to remember him taking a knee, going to his corner? You know people ain't going to let him live that down. I don't give a damn. He come back for one fight. I think we see Gervonta Tank Davis again, definitely. And I'm going with the low end, just saying at least he ain't retiring. He not retiring off that, bro. I'm telling you, man. And look, because I'm a man first, before I'm a sports fan, and I'm always able to look at the human side of it, I truly think Gervonta Tank Davis situation is a result of when you need a break, but you keep trying to push through shit. That's my initial opinion of it. That's just my thoughts. I think that's the result of what you see. Somebody that could use some help, right? Some therapy and shit like that. And I think he's a the situation is a result of when you need a break, bro. When you just need some time off, man. Like, think about it. Some time off do everybody some good, away from the chaos, right? And I'm just assuming that's what it is because you've seen him look weird in back-to-back press conferences. You've seen him look weird with Lamont. You've seen him look weird standing in front of Jake, just looking at him like with the weird look on his face, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this shit, because it's money. You right? He just had this weird vibe to him. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Damn, DJ. Nah, man, I ain't wishing that on him, man. He said they saying Tank look bad and can't be. Des 215. Yeah, man. Sean Zytel was talking to Najee from Cigar Talk. And matter of fact, I'll play the clip one more time and then we can keep it pushing. For anybody that didn't hear, this was Sean.
To the cooking last one. What do you think about the proposed fight? I saw, Gervonta Tank Davis. He came back to Twitter, when Lamont got the draw, started talking his shit, and he said he wanted to fight Pitbull Cruz next if once his knee gets better. He said, I'm just trying to heal my knee, and then I want to fight Pitbull Cruz. What do you think about that fight? And just, I guess, him not necessarily rematching Lamont, but wanting to go for Pitbull. Yeah.
I didn't see it because, he takes down his tweets a lot.
You got to throw on him fast. He takes him down real quick.
Look, I think I don't want to take shots at the man, but I think between all the domestic stuff out the ring, and then I know our Ray Jackson gets under people's skins, but he said something about your daughter will be the next victim. That's very classless shit from Gervonta, and I'm not in the business of protecting Gervonta Davis right now or nothing like that. I don't want to shit on him while maybe he's going through whatever he's going through. A lot of it seems to be self-inflicted and all that.
You don't gotta protect it. You ain't about to shit on him.
He has he's one of those fighters like we talked about with Canelo and Crawford that's got those parasocial relationships with his fans. And it was funny to me that in the post-fight, they're like, oh, Lamont and Isak, look at them mentioning Gervonta. It's like, you should thank them because they're keeping his name in the news cycle when he's not in the ring right now. And it's not about losing a Jake Paul fight or any of his outside of the ring problems. It's about, is he going to rematch one of these guys? It's like, it's boxing talk. They're doing him a favor, actually, putting his name in the headlines in a more positive way. So, I mean, what I heard a little bit sometimes was didn't have a good camp for Roach. He was not having a good camp for Jake Paul, and that he might be, having a really good time. I heard he's kind of doubling down in the gym now, though, and getting ready to come back and fight a Lamont Roach or fight a Esau Cruz now. So I hope for the sport and for him that is what's happening, that he's recommitting to fighting meaningful fights back in and around his division. But honestly, though, I'm more interested in first seeing part 2 between Roach and Cruz, and then the winner of that maybe fighting Gervonta Davis, but I won't kick Tank fighting either one out of bed. I'd rather see Tank and Roach first, though, because he did get the victory in a close fight over Cruz. Run it back with the guy who gave you a draw first, not the guy who you did get by, in that first fight. I'd rather see the Tank and Roach fight first.
Same. All right, let me read some of these super chats, and then we'll get to.
And see, that's how you do shit. He talked about the little back and forth, the little comment that he made. One time, did he say something out of pocket about him? No, because if he did, people would be jumping down his throat. He ain't say nothing crazy, because that's how you have integrity. You don't got to kick somebody when you down. You don't got to shit on them. But I think he just trolled people with the pit bull shit, with the knee. I come back with my knee. Like, bro, Tank, shut up, bro. Ain't shit wrong with your knee. Sean just said he hear you double down in the gym, putting that work in, talk about your knee. Yeah, man, bro, whatever. Troll. He a damn troll, bro. His ass trolling. That's what I say. Anything is possible, but I just don't think if there's no demand for it, there's no buzz for it. The only fight that there really would be the buzz for is the rematch for Roach. If the buzz with that is still the same, right? Since then, he had a draw. So think about it. Why would you fight a dude you beat coming off a draw instead of the guy that you didn't beat coming off a draw, right? You get me? You're going to fight the guy that didn't win and not the guy that you had a draw with, but you're going to fight the guy that you beat again. Like, nah, hell no. Tank ain't wasting another fight on Pitbull. I think he just trolling, bro. He said the AJ cook Jake will spin the block on Tank. Yeah, you know he will. Showing actual perfect. Yeah. I like the way he said that. No foul words to say about him, man. You know what I'm saying? No foul words, man. Shout out to Sean Zartel, man. But that he put it the right. He's a pay to need the opponent. You know what they're gonna say, Jordan. I heard him already complaining. Imagine Tank fighting Zepeda. I was like, bro, what? Like, that's a bad thing now? Damn, like, I ain't know that. I ain't know him fighting Zepeda was a bad thing. The headbreaker, man, the handbreaker said he want in, man. He said he want his lick back, bro. Look, they out here making posters and shit with Pitbull and Tank Davis' name in the back. Like, they want that fight again, bro. We ain't trying to see this shit. You got Subriel Matias, Gary Antoine Russell, and Tank in the middle in the back. Nah, bro, look, I don't think none of those fights happen. And to be honest with you, Matias got issues with PEDs. Tank still training. Gary Antoine Russell got a fight already. Pitbull ain't fighting none of them. And he's not no 40-pounder. He gonna get his ass beat. He get his ass. Matias, that'd be interesting. I ain't gonna lie, because Matias get hit. But they ain't fighting. Ducking a fighter that did them dirty and picking a fighter that beat the other person. And that made you look bad. Yeah, not the other guy that beat up the guy. That's a fact. That's what Sean was just saying too, bro. He was saying, like, nah, I don't want to fight the guy that. I mean, he don't want to see the fight with the guy that you beat. Fight the guy that you didn't beat. That you had to draw with. About taking this rematch. Mont next. What would they say then? Oh, it's possible at this point. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. All of it is possible, bro. Is you can't rule it out. You can't rule that out, man. You can't rule it out at all, man. Beat the Mattia clip. What clip is it? No, I didn't peep it. Let me know. I'll pull it up. Which one? Who clip is it? Matthias? Appreciate you. I see it. I bet. All right. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all double tap the screen, man. My apologies, man. I had some technical difficulties, man. YouTube was tripping, y'all. The tube was tripping earlier. I had to end the live and start over, man. We're gonna get it right though. What's going on, man? Let me get to. I got you, Cal. Let me pull this up, y'all. I got you. I got you. Super Matthias calls Mike Coppinger the reported for only reporting a positive A sample, not reporting the B sample, which came back negative. Oh, wow. Crazy. Let me see if I can get this up here for y'all real quick. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's nasty work. That is nasty, nasty work, man. Wow. Jordan, I got you too, bro. I see that clip you sent me. Mike Kirkland, my brother. Now, because I'm doing this while I'm on here, it's acting crazy. You know what? I'll just play it like this. Let me see.
Para que ustedes vean cómo es la vida. Todos vieron cómo hablaron mierda, que si el tramposo, que si no sé qué. Pero nadie habla de la prueba B. ¿Por qué no buscan información? ¿Por qué el Cupin ese no pone lo que salió en la prueba B? Para que ustedes vean cómo es la vida. La moneda tiene dos caras. Siempre les dije, no hable si no tienen evidencia. Pero nada, eso murió. Somos clean. En mi vida he necesitado algo para
I understood that. He said he clean. So I heard him. I heard a little bit. You know, I took Spanish for a couple of years. I heard him say Mike Coppinger. Certain shit you just can't avoid saying. Heard him say something about Coppinger, and he said he clean. He's basically saying they reported bad information. I reported bad information. They didn't report on his B sample. In translation, y'all, that's what he's saying. Translation, you know what I'm saying? He's saying all these guys reported about his A sample that was bad, but not his B sample that was clean. And he said that was negative. And he said he's a clean fighter. You know what I'm saying? Say he always been too. You know what I'm saying? You got y'all. So y'all owe him an apology. All of y'all that was out there kicking dirt on his name. Oh, so nah, good, because they letting the fight continue. So I guess that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I told you that shit sounded like contamination, though. For the good boxing talk. Appreciate the love and the support always. I told you. That's the short version. Yeah, he said Matisse based on everyone who said shit without evidence. Y'all corner. Yeah, I had to give him this corner store Spanish real quick. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what he had said was Mike Coppinger and all y'all is a bunch of wussies. You know what I'm saying? He called y'all some yokers, chickens, some what did he say? Tiafimo pussy. That's what he should. We need another one of those now. We need another one of those where he just call everybody out. But that's what he said. He came at Mike Coppinger and everybody for reporting one side. The negative test, I mean the positive test, but not the negative test that came after the positive. And to his credit, y'all, I will say this, to his credit, he was under the legal limit. It was a legal limit, but he was under it. So he never hit the threshold to fail a test. So I don't even understand why they reported it, right? It was in his system, but I heard they wasn't supposed to report that because it was under the limit. And you know, when people hear PEDs, they're going to say they don't care about how much was in there. It was in there. How I get in there, you was cheating. But it gets real murky when you understand that they have a legal limit that's allowed to be in your system, right? And then just get crazy. Just got the A home Spanish. Yeah, it's a heavyweight named Naju. Good. Is he still in the amateurs? You ain't talking about the kid that I had up here. I was talking about, he ain't no heavyweight. He's talking about going down to cruiser. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. Shout out to Matias, man. Clearing his name. That's what you got to do, man. You got to do that. Clear your name, bro. They give you an opportunity to clear your name, and you got to do it. And Pussy, Yikin, Yoker. Remember, we need another one of them, Cal. We need a new one, bro. We need the new one. I took the clip out my joint when he had Pop Dirty, man. I was disappointed. I was like, I can't even play the clip the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Now they saying he ain't dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? He done cleaned his act up, man. Oh, while we talking about this, I got to bring this up briefly. Got to real quick while we talking about this before I forget. Speaking of like PDs and stuff, another guy that we give a lot of flack for his PD situation, is Conor Benn, about the eggs, right? Man, I just watched this little short clip where they exposed the WBC. They said the WBC provided that excuse for Conor Benn. Conor Benn never said nothing about eggs. That's crazy. Listen to this clip, y'all. Hit the like
They
button.
provided him the excuse of eating too many eggs. Conor Benn never came up with that excuse. That was a WBC reasoning. I've zero sympathy for Maurizio Sullivan and the WBC. I'm in full support of what Terence Crawford's doing. I think sanctioning bodies, for me, they're money-making schemes. If the WBC played along with their own rules all the time, I would probably sit here and have a different opinion, but they don't. They make things up as they go along. For example, the Conor Benn scenario, right? He failed a drug test as per the clean boxing program, which is run by the WBC. The WBC provide Benn with an alternative reason to the one that he gave them, because the one that he gave, if it is true, would open up the WBC to litigation of every single fighter that has ever failed a test and served the ban under the clean boxing program. Conor Benn told them that there was a flaw in the testing process. They said that that's nonsense, so therefore they provided him the excuse of eating too many eggs. Conor Benn never came up with that excuse. That was a WBC reasoning. Also, we've seen this week alone, the WBC 140-pound champion, Subriel Matias. He's failed a drug test. Instead of cancelling an upcoming fight with Dalton Smith, which is coming up in January, he's been allowed to continue. This is an important part of this story. In 2019, a 28-year-old fighter called Maxime Dadyshev died as a result of injuries sustained in a fight with Subriel Matias. This should be investigated massively off the back of the news of him failing a drug test in recent times. Remember Dillian White? 1,000 days as the WBC number one, not mandated as the challenger. Manny Pacquiao out for 4 years, called straight back in to be the challenger for the WBC world title against Mario Barrios. Listen, if they upheld their rules all the time, I would have sympathy for them, but they don't. So if they're not going to uphold the rules, why should Terence Crawford?
That's crazy, bro. WBC is wild for that, man. They said, man, they gave him the excuse. They say, yeah, we're going to say it was the eggs. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. That's wild. But Subriel, since then, has had a negative test, so you could take him off the list, man. Subriel don't count. But let's keep rolling, y'all. Like I said, I wasn't gonna be here as long. I'm not gonna be here 4 hours today, but we still gonna get it in. We gonna build how we supposed to. So let's keep rolling, man. You say I'm in the WBC because we be cheating. Oh man, so let's keep going, man. Another fight that was being discussed and it was being called out by Bill Haney was, Rolly Romero, bro. And I don't know. I mean, they did spar. I guess maybe that sparring, man. Devin was putting hands on him in that sparring, but that was a long time ago. I don't know. It's a unification, but Rolly is on point, on record, talking about how he ain't gonna fight him, man. This ain't a good look, Rick Brolo the Dawn. See, and this is what I mean about when I don't knock nobody for winning a world title, but that's why I say you got champions and then you got title holders. No disrespect to Rolly, he an overachiever, but he moving like a title holder. Why the hell should you care about him, Ryan and Devin fighting again if you have an opportunity to fight Devin and unify them belts? Why wouldn't you want to fight him? But something tells me, man, that sparring that y'all had, because, Devin was putting hands on his ass in that sparring. I ain't going to even hold you. Devin was putting hands on him in sparring, and maybe that's why he ain't comfortable getting in there with him. I don't know, but I think he should get in there with him, though. I think it's a fight that should happen because it's a unification. Somebody got to fight Rolly. Who gonna fight him? Somebody got to fight him. Somebody got to fight Big Rolo the Dom, man. Somebody got to relieve him. Let me find out nobody want to get that title up off Rolly, yo. It's crazy to me. Crazy how y'all don't want to, how they don't want to fight Rolly, man. Where's Rolo the Dom? Rolly doesn't want to fight Haney. Nah, he don't. He don't. That's what I'm about to pull that up. I'm about to pull up the video with him, and he was talking about it. He said he'd never fight Roach. I mean, he'd never fight Devin. But it don't sound good. But I know it's Rolly, but still, man, we hold everybody to the standard, right? He got a belt, so used to call him Big Nose. Now he don't want to fight him. It's crazy. Yeah, remember he talked about his body frame? Say he got bad genetics. He said Devin got bad genetics, weak body frame. Like this shit that shit was funny though. I ain't gonna lie. He was going in on him and Shakur, right? Bro, Rolly a fool, man. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this and pull this up. Probably Floyd telling Rolly that stuff. I wonder. But something. I don't know why. I mean, fight him. Why wouldn't he unify? He say he didn't even care, bro. He didn't even give a damn. My uncle broke his belt and sold it. What? He said Devin is the weakest link. Yeah, then ducked him. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Let me get this video up for y'all where he was talking about him. Big Rolo the Don. I'm just like, man, that's why all champions ain't created equal, bro. All champions ain't created equal. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys get titles and they don't really deserve them. Because he don't not want to defend your title is crazy. That's foolish. That's foolish. You got too many guys that they'd kill for your spot. And he over here talking about he don't care what happened. He don't want to fight Devin next. And shit sound crazy though. But I guess because it's Rolly, people don't say nothing. I don't know. I guess. Cool beat T on points. Michael D said they scared of Rolly. Shit, nah, man. It's Rolly not wanting to fight. It's Big Rolo the Dawn that don't want to fight. Watch. That's why give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up right for y'all. It's Rolly talking about they'd never fight. He's too busy talking about Devin need to fight Brian Garcia again, man. You don't get in the damn ring. I feel like you should get stripped if you turn down a title shot. You say you don't want a title shot, you should get stripped. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I feel like you should get stripped if you don't want to defend the title.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro? We got
Rolly be getting love out there, man.
fight
Hold on.
recognize whatever is just. Do you feel like because of that whole idea, going multiple? How disrespectful is that, man? Is there some sort of agenda against you? Yeah. Would you agree with that?
There we go.
Wait, before we get it stopped again, so what are you gonna ask? Oh, I mean, the man of the hour, right? I mean, first and foremost, this is my personal opinion. Ring Magazine ratings, right? 10 people with what, 1 or 2 champs? How disrespectful is that, man? Is there some sort of agenda against you? Forget about me, right? They might be mad at me because I kind of ruined their whole advantage with their right. Forget about me. Why are they disrespecting Barrios and Proctor? I mean, whatever. I mean, there's only multiple division world champions on that list.
How you stupid.
That on the list is Barrios and Devin.
So why is Mario number 10? Whatever. I mean, it doesn't make sense for the real reason, you know. But I mean, I don't recognize anything. I recognize whatever is just.
Do you feel like because of that whole idea of trying to make the Devin and Ryan, because you said those fights could still happen after you beat Ryan. So I mean,
I wanted them to fight each other because they're still want them to fight each other.
Is it kind of weird that that's not the fight that Bill and Devin's asking for? Or Bill's been asking for you, opposed to asking for Ryan? Because it didn't seem like he's interested in it.
Why didn't they call me out after I beat Ryan? Why didn't they call me out directly after they beat Norman? Why did they sit down and try to do all that humble stuff? But me and Devin are never going to fight. I want nothing to do with that. Like I said, way back when, I believe he should go do his rematch with Ryan.
Well, then, what about Manny? I mean, that's the fight that everyone's saying that you and Manny Pacquiao, which makes perfect sense, right? I think it's a humongous fight in boxing.
I mean, let's say it like this. What sounds better? Me and what's a bigger fight?
Manny.
Okay.
So.
But I mean, like here, we don't know if that's open. I mean, we don't know if that's even happening. So I don't know.
And then look, you heard it right there, man. He ain't fighting Haney. He talking about Haney need to fight Ryan Garcia again. But the difference is, see, this is the thing. He not moving like a champion because I don't think he used to it. So he not thinking like legacy, unifications. Let me be great. Let me take advantage of the moment. This dude passing the buck like, man, won't they fight each other? It's like, nah, bro, you should want to fight. You should want to fight. But it is what it is. I guess it's kind of going to fly under the radar because his ass, I guess his ass, it just ain't expected. He ain't a big name or something. People think, it don't matter that he got a belt. I don't know, man. I feel like we should hold them all to the same standard. Right? He a champion, though, so he should have been willing to fight, man. Should have been willing to fight. Unfortunate that he not, but he should have been willing to fight. Michael D was good with it. He said, none of them beating Shakur. Elijah, you know what's up. You know what's up. And you know what's up. You know what I mean? Rolly looking crazy.
Whoever it is, whoever y'all put in front of me, it does not matter. Whoever y'all say is a guy, it does not matter.
I didn't get called out by Dev. I got called out by his daddy. So who knows, bro? I don't really care for it. I don't want anything to really do with it.
I'll say this to Devin's point. Devin never shies away from any challenge, any name that we've discussed with him. He just says, put the right number on the contract, and he'll fight him.
Man, then they really leaning into this Devo Devin shit. This shit funny. I'm not gonna hold you. This shit getting funny, bro. Shit getting funny, man. Shit getting funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They thought he was dead. They thought it was over for They thought it was over for Devo, man. I thought it was over. Devo said, nope. Think again, man. Y'all got me effed up, G. Devo said, think again, man. They was building a bracket for National UFC Boxing yesterday. Haney will give Rolly a good boxing lesson. He was beating him up in sparring, man. Maybe Rolly don't feel too confident about getting in there with him, being that he was getting his ass beaten sparring the way he was. You get what I'm saying? He was getting his ass handed to him. So I don't know. I don't know where he go, but Andre Durrell has some interesting things to say about Haney, man. He tried to give him some advice, man. This is his advice for Haney.
It's a crazy world we living in, man. Listen, man, I want to talk to y'all about this Terrence Crawford debacle on sanctioning fees.
I'm all on point today. My bad. Here it go.
So I'm not sure what they're working on specifically, but what I see, what Floyd Mayweather was trying to give Devin Haney was what to do with his hands in between shots, right? And this is what I believe Devin Haney was missing now, or is missing. I've been stating this throughout the lives that I've been on, but I don't have many people on my lives yet. It don't matter to me. The people that's on there is the people that's going to get the game that I'm giving, right? Hand placement. What to do with your hands, how to line your next shot up, how to line your opponent up, right? How to keep him in place, how to keep him back off of you. You know what I'm saying? There's so much you need to be doing when shots aren't being thrown to maintain the momentum of the fight, right? This is, in fact, what Devin is missing based off his last performance, but ones before that as well. Hand placement is everything. And this is what I was talking about in the Ben Whitaker video. Look how that lead hand placement controlled that fight so well. It's important for you to know what to do with that lean hand other than using it for a jab. And that's all I'm saying. Can Devin reach that upper echelon? Now, can he get to that next step? Can he actually reach greatness? Right? It's possible. Is he there yet? No. Right, but he's headed toward there. He has to correct these things if he wants to do so. That's my take. Peace.
So that's Andre. That's Andre Darrell giving y'all. Y'all heard. I hope y'all was listening. Class was in session. Hanos clan said y'all could be great if y'all fix a couple of those little mistakes. And I think that was honest criticism, though. You know what I'm saying? Even though people be calling Darrell a hater, I don't think he no hater. You know what I mean? I just think he got an opinion just like everybody else, man. But at least he's somebody that, has been in there and done it before, I think a little bit of what he talking about. Dad knows his chin is weak and he always open for that left hook. That's why he ain't rushing to the fight with Ryan. He was going to take the Ryan fight. It was Ryan. Remember, Ryan messed it up, y'all. Ryan messed that up. Ryan messed it up, remember? You know what I'm saying? Ryan screwed that up. Ryan, the reason the fight didn't happen. Remember he got beat up by Rolly. And now they putting him in there with Barrios. So if he beat Barrios for his title, that rematch is still there. And now it's for unification. It makes sense. So I think man, he just got to make the most out of the situation, bro. You got to make the most out of the situation. I think if you Devin, you look to fight one of those guys. If you can't get Rolly, you go after the winner of Barrios and Ryan. They retire now. He going in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, maybe uncomfortable. Yeah. They don't want to admit it, bro. This was him when he was sparring Rolly, beating Rolly's ass, man. Man, see, so that's probably why Rolly don't want to get in there with him, because he was punching on his ass in the sparring with that they had. He don't want to do that. And like I said, we're going to get to the 2-hour mark, man. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. I did see people. Yeah, he couldn't get that yak off on Devin. Devin had his ass. Devin was on his ass. I see people was sending me, this clip, and my guy sent me the response when, Shakur and Ryan was going at it. It's always funny when he argued with somebody. So let's get to it, man.
Yo, I do have you beat him.
I will whoop your ass.
Bro, I'll pop that gap right back in that mouth. I'll have you looking like a saber gap tooth tiger. Oh my God, I'll do you dirty. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
You suck.
Hey, if I have
saber gap tooth tiger is crazy.
Here we go. Hey, not the same fighter. Hey, not the same fighter. Not the same. Hey, when I put a beat on you, what are you gonna say? When I put a beat on you, what are you gonna say?
I was there.
Hey, no, when I put a beat on you. When I'm talking about you, you got no power. You got no power.
And you lost, and you still scared him to this day.
Hell no, you, bro. I'm gonna knock that gap right back in your mouth. I'm gonna knock that gap into your mouth again. Hey, you fixed the teeth. You fixed the teeth, but I'm gonna knock that right back in. I'm gonna put you bam.
It's Shakur's time right now.
And let me get the other clip, man. Let me get it for y'all. It was going back and forth. Ryan like arguing with Shakur because he knows Shakur like that. He know he one of the ones that got the respect. So arguing with him is not a waste of his time to do it. So he'll talk a bunch of crazy crap. But Jessica, peace, Queen, how you feeling? But reality is, man, Core kicked Ryan ass, man. Nah, look, let me be real. Ryan is a dangerous fight because his athleticism, the speed and that power is real. But I just think over the course of a 12-round fight, man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You dig? That's what I believe. Think it'll be what it's gonna be, but between them two, I don't see Core losing to no fucking Ryan Garcia. Just don't. Man, maybe I'm tripping, but he have to show me that shit because I'm not. You have to show me, man. All right, let me get this other clip up for y'all, though. Let me get it because they always going at it. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland again, too, man. Always supporting in a huge way. Let's see, more Core and.
How do you answer to those who say you have to have a certain amount of power to keep the elite fighters off you? Because Ryan's saying you don't hit hard enough to keep elite fighters off you. What do you say to that?
I will be Ryan. I will be Tio. I'll be Devin. I'll be all these guys, bro. All these guys are good fighters. I don't take none away from them, but they can't beat me.
Tell them, Core. Big homie Core. Said they can't beat him. Hold on, let me get another clip up here. Let me get to my guy, Mike Kirkland in the chat. Appreciate the love, my guy. A quick question: do you have any update on when the Japanese guy who beat Big Watch coming back? Oh man, I gotta look that up. Nah, the dude that stopped Big Watch Barroso. I think you talking about the guy that stopped Big Watch Barroso, man. Yeah, he put the feather in his cap, Mike. I can look and see if they got any. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland. I'll check for you. Let me get this other clip up for y'all, man. You know they like. That's why I say every time somebody talks shit to Shakur, go like they have like this viral kind of moment with it about it, like where everybody be talking about, hey, you seen this, you seen that. They don't give a damn who it is. They don't care who it is that's talking this shit to them, just long as somebody talking crazy to them. They just be wanting to see it. Ryan truly want to be cool with Shakur. I'm telling you, he do. See what he did. That what bro did? Bro pulled his phone. Bro pulled his phone out quick as hell, wanting to be cool with Tank. You know what I'm saying? He whipped that phone out. Tank punched Ryan red through his liver and kidney, halfway through his back, and he wanted his number. He went and whipped out his phone, wanted Tank number and shit. And then Tank proceeded to get his man the number to the Chinese restaurant in Baltimore and left him hanging.
That level, that you will be there.
You just got to keep beating the guys that's the guys. Starting with T.O., next maybe Ryan, next maybe Ben,
don't want that,
next maybe Devin. All of these guys, you just got to beat them. And when I beat them, then y'all will know like who's the best fighter that's around.
Shakur, think you have.
Man, shout out to Core, man. He's saying the right shit. And I told y'all looking at it wrong. He's starting with Tio, man. I want to see how loud everybody is after he fight Tio, especially if it go how I think it can go. You know what I'm saying? Ryan is a name in the sport. He could be a lick if you play your cards right. You know what I'm saying? Shakur ain't gonna go in there and fight the wrong fight and allow Ryan to keep catching with left hooks repeatedly. At least I don't see that. I don't see that going that way. So I like it. And that's what you got to do, yo. Just keep going out there beating the guys, bro. It's nothing else you can do.
Hey, they were helping you, right?
What did I do to you?
What did I do to you? We were even going to the last round. Oh, she was a ref in that fight, though. All right, whatever. Hey, I swear, I'm gonna pop that gap right back in there too. You spending money for no reason.
Man, he said his mom was the referee, bro. Marcus was good. Core crazy. Core said, how they cheat you and your mom was the referee?
Coming right through.
Oh, your phone images?
Hey, you know they robbed me.
What did
They was trying to help you.
do to you?
Hey, they were helping you, right?
What did I do to you?
What did
I do to you?
We were even going to the last round.
Referee.
Oh, she was a ref in that fight, though. All right, whatever. Hey, I swear, I'm gonna pop that gap right back in there too. You spending money for no reason.
Yo, Ryan be talking cash shit, bro. Man, be talking crazy. Get his ass cooked playing around. Yeah, he said his mom was the referee. He said, how they cheat you and your mom was the ref. Yeah, hell yeah, Tay. Yeah, Core beat Ryan in the amateurs. Yeah, it wasn't no 3-3. I'm gonna let you know that right now, Marcus. It wasn't one of them. Yeah, it wasn't one of them. But I mean, he said he beat Ryan. He said it was kind of easy. He said he beat Ryan. It was kind of easy in the amateurs. You see what Ryan keep trying to act like he got cheated. How? Your mom was the ref is crazy. Ryan had family ties and still couldn't beat Core. he had help. That man had help. It couldn't beat him. It's crazy. Yeah, they fought once. Yeah, he got beat. He damn sure got beat. You know what I'm saying? But I like Ryan though, because Ryan will talk trash to anybody, bro. He'll talk crazy to anybody. He'll go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? He looked a little uncomfortable with Conor Benn when Conor Benn ran into him, though. I remember when Conor Benn ran into Ryan, he was uncomfortable. He looked a little uncomfortable, but Conor Benn was ready to swing on him. They had to separate him. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Conor Benn and Ryan ran into each other? And I'm telling you, we say it turned him fluid. After fight, Shakur, he's a hell of a fighter. Hats off. I'm telling you, how you get robbed where your ref is the person who gave you birth. I'm telling you, hey Marcus, man, that shit is crazy. Hey man, that's something crazy. Ryan, Rolly, and Devin being champions at the same time. Hey, Mike Kirkland, you right. Let's see if Ryan could complete the task, bro. You got the opportunity. But one thing I want to do, man, I want to go to my guy. My guy Dub has sent me something, man. There's been a lot of talk about Richardson Hitchens and his him not fighting and stuff like that. So let me see something my guy said. He said the timestamps in the description box. Let me go to this real quick, man. Hold on, let me get this up from my guy Dub. He dropped some knowledge. All right. Hold on, y'all. He said Ryan smoking weed. I don't know what Ryan doing. His physique, he ain't fat no more. Ryan ain't fat no more, so he might be off that Ozempic. You know, they said that Ozempic going around. Ryan, I don't know. He might be Ozempic Ryan out there, man. But look, man, this is for anybody that had the questions about Richardson Hitchens. There's been a lot of talk about him ducking and all this stuff. So let's hear my guy Dub break this down real quick, man.
IBF champion at 140 pounds, right? Undefeated fighter, 20-0, 8 knockouts. Brooklyn, New York. He's a boxer. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to consider him a puncher, but he's a good boxer. Very technically sound. Got one of the best jabs in boxing, real talk. You know what I'm saying? He can
Facts, Dub. Facts.
Easy.
Supreme, what it do?
So, you know, he's coming off the biggest win of his career. He stopped George Kambosos in June. Easy money. We know George Kambosos fought Devin Haney and he beat Teofimo, fought Lomachenko. He stopped Kambosos, I think, in the 8th round. So that's quicker than what Lomachenko did. Lomachenko got him late, like 11. And Devin Haney couldn't stop him. And, of course, he beat Teofimo. So that's a big win, name recognition, and it's a comparable fight to the other top guys who had business.
Hey, do you see the difference of how somebody that love boxing, that really rock with boxing, call it? Most people, they downplay Kambosos being a win, but he noticed when Kambosos fought Haney twice, he was good. When Loma stopped him, he was good. He get the Hitchens, now it's not a good win. That's why I like the way Dub break this shit down. No agenda, no narrative, just real boxing talk. Let's keep going.
So that's what it is. So we know Hitchens, he like to talk his shit, man. I appreciate that too because, he's not outside the ring. He's more entertaining than he is inside the ring. We keep it 100. But he did announce that he have a fight day coming soon. So, it just makes, just putting the pieces together. We know that he's going to fight on Shakur versus Teofimo's undercard. So we already got that established. Now
So he is still keeping that date.
So that's the purpose of this video, process of elimination. So we'll take a look at the rankings, the landscape at 140. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start to eliminate possible opponents because us as fans, we go off the low-hanging fruit, right?
Yeah.
We'll say Gary Antoine Russell, unification, or Devin Haney, or this one or that one. They are low-hanging fruit where there are fun names and exciting fights, but they're not realistic. So I'm here to
talk about it, Dub,
on what could be realistic, and then you guys can take what you want to take with it. Make sure you tap on that poll in the chat, drop your comments, man. We're gonna get to it. And this is how I be figuring out fights. For a lot of times, I get some wrong, I get a lot on right. So this is kind of like my formula. I take a look at what they're saying on social media. I pay attention to the rankings. I see what promotion they fight on. If they're a free agent, like Hitchens is a free agent, so he can kind of move a little different now.
Cecil, what it do,
Who's his
homie?
manager? He got one of the best managers in the game. Keep Conley. So I look at everything, right? And then I put my pieces together, and then I make a guess. And a lot of times it comes out right. So this is my formula. So if you guys interested in this, feel free to take that shit, man.
Man, listen to him break this shit down, bro. This is for the boxing, the hardcores right here, man.
Better than me. Let's get it popping. My man Z Pacino in the building. What's good with you, bro?
Shout out to Z
Man, I
Pacino.
appreciate you, bro. I got a whole playlist for me doing this, but I'm gonna bring it back. Winston Lee in the building. Salute to you. If I had to pick, my choice would be Landolfo, but I expect Gallus. You've been watching my YouTube, my Twitter. You've been following me on Twitter. Who are you on Twitter, man? Who are you? I appreciate that, though. Let me know who you is, because I just put that today. I put that out today.
Dumb, stupid. Who are you on Twitter? I know what he means, though. I be asking people
like
that
his
too.
next opponent. What you know? Let me know something. So let's get to it. So Hitchens, a lot of people don't know this, but Hitchens.
Yeah, Z be supporting. Shout out to the homie, man.
BB, what's good with you? A lot of people don't know this. That it was on the radar that Hitchens' last fight against Kambosos was actually a mandatory defense. Kambosos
I didn't know that.
3 when they fought.
I didn't know that.
These guys ranked in the IBM. We're gonna talk about it. So let's look at the landscape at 140. So far as it's mandatory, he have a mandatory. Landolfo Delgado is the mandatory for Richardson Hitchens. Is that mandatory due? It's not due. Hitchens has a voluntary, hence why he's fighting them in January. So we know Delgado fought Gallus in November in a disputed victory. You know what I'm saying? Controversial. I thought Gallus won the fight pretty clear.
I thought Galaz won too, man. I thought he beat Delgado. Delgado, he don't fight with no sense of urgency, bro. He don't. He don't fight with no, like, he don't fight. He's just too damn, I don't know. He just don't fight. He just don't go through the gears, right? It's like he missing a gear or two, and he cool with it. And he'll fight every round damn near the same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. I ain't too high on that guy.
He stamped that performance with a knockdown in the 12th round, but somehow Delgado got the victory. So
Delgado should have lost.
That's the mandatory. Also, looking at the other champions,
You got a gift.
Lopez is going to face Shakur Stevenson on that same card, January 31st. So we know that no unifications, right? I'm trying to clear out unifications and give you guys a clear picture. So of course he's not going to fight. He's not going to do a unification. There's another one that's out the door. The WBC champion, Sabrina Matisse, he's going to face the mandatory Dalton Smith. So, you know what I'm saying, eliminating the unifications for Hitchens. We know Matisse tested positive for a banned substance. He got cleared by the New York Commission, and the WBC cleared him, so they're going to pursue with that fight January the 10th. All right. WBA champion. He's locked in with his mandatory. His fight got postponed off the Tank and Jake card. So now they're looking like they're going to do that in February, maybe, possibly on the Barrios undercard. Maybe they even put it on this card. I don't know. But Hitchens is going to face his WBA mandatory. Gary Antoine Russell is going to face his WBA mandatory Andy Hirako. So that eliminates.
So we got to stop putting Gary Antoine Russell in any other fight but the one that he got coming up. Ryan, was good with it. Shout out to Superman.
Hitchens
Good,
versus Antoine as a unification. A lot of people don't know that. That's the route because we would like to see the way Hitchens talk. He should be pursuing mandatories, and he rarely says Gary Antoine's name. They got into it on social media a couple of weeks ago, but nothing going to come to that because both guys are already going in different directions. So we're going to eliminate the possibility of unifications for Hitchens coming up. All right. Now, just to take a look at some happenings at 140. Last weekend, we seen this fight right here with Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach. Now, of course, those guys is not going to be his opponent, but they are welcome additions to 140. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach, he can go back and forth to 35 to 40. Pitbull Cruz.
I think the problem, Damon getting guys to unify. I think people be thinking about money and extending their championship reign, and they be trying to make an extra bag and two without having to fight the most dangerous guy there. I think that, you know what I'm saying? Because I do think Hitchens is confident in himself. I don't think he's scared of nobody. Just don't know what guys' plans be. But Dub did a hell of a job breaking this down.
Interim champion. So I'm just eliminating that possibility that we already know.
No unifications, more than likely.
One is Frank Martin. We got more on him. Frank Martin is the wild card for me. Although he's not ranked in the current IBF rankings, but based on his performance and based on some of the names that could be available for Hitchens, he may be the most valuable and biggest fight for Hitchens for January 31st.
Motown with a
do that later, but Frank Martin made his debut at 140 pounds, and he looked damn good, stopping Ransons. He looked sharp. He had a highlight reel knockout, and coming off a knockout loss, that's a great performance. And he called out Hitchens. Earl Spence, his promoter, even called out Hitchens for a fight.
Yeah, man. He did say that, Dub. I talked about it the other day. I played the little clip when Earl Spence said something about hopefully Hitchens could be next or something like that. We'll see. So hope so.
So that could be a possibility. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to touch more on that as we go on. So I'm just eliminating and making a clear picture. I want to see Gary versus Frank. That's a good one, too. He won a WBA regional title, so maybe that's something they pursue later. All right. Another wild card.
Hell yeah, that was a way to bounce back. Mike, hell yeah. With that highlight reel knockout, ain't nobody ever did Bartholomew like that.
Keyshawn Davis. So Keyshawn Davis.
I hear Hitchens turned down Keyshawn Davis.
Him and Hitchens have been going back and forth a lot. But just because you go back and forth on social media don't mean the fight don't happen. We seen a lot of that. We see that a lot these days. You know what I'm saying? So
he got one more. He got one more Zoom. That was his third one. It's two in his last two back to back. He had a draw beforehand.
Keyshawn Davis.
He got three now. His record looks funny.
Rankings at 140. He coming off some bullshit he did in June where he basically destroyed his city, messed up the whole card, got stripped of his title, missed weight. It was a bunch of shit going on. So he took some time off to clear his head. So it looked like he could be a possibility to fight on that card, but I don't think it's going to be against Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. So we'll see. But here's a wild card, so I have to throw his name out there. He's a big name. All right, so got that out the way. So y'all see, we did a little landscape of 140. We talked about some big names, some wild cards. Then we're going to get into the rankings. All right. And this right here will give you a nice little indicator who Hitchens is going to fight.
Oh, my bad. Pardon me, yo. That's why I'm glad I kept that up there. Mike Kirkland. If you in the building, if you still in the building, just to answer your question, because you definitely supported that. You asked the question. You talking about Hiroko. You're talking about the guy. So To answer your question, Mike Kirkland, that's Andy Hiroka. That's who you talking about. That's who stopped Big Watch Barroso. That's who Gary Antoine Russell was fighting next. You get what I'm saying? So the guy that knocked out Big Watch Barroso, him and Gary Antoine got to run it next. You know what I'm saying? So that's the guy. That's who he fighting next, Mike. He fighting the real one. So they believe in him too. And he undefeated too. So you know what I mean? Gary got one loss and Hiroka undefeated. So he got a real fight on his hands.
Yes. Nick J in the building. What's good? I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to bring something different to the table. Salute to you coming through the building. So what we know about Hitchens and his fight, right? On January 31st. Well, we know he's gonna make an IBF title defense. Let me take this off. We got one guy at 15. I want you guys to see.
Hell yeah, bro.
So
hey man, Mike, that's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's crazy that you just asked about him, and I'm like, who are you talking about? Like, and I had to think about it for a minute. That's why I left it up there. I kept thinking because I really didn't know off top. I'm like, who? Japanese guy, Barroso. I'm like, you talking about the one that knocked Barroso out? You know, that kind of probably put the nail in his coffin. He'll never be a champion now, man. He got a raw deal, but yeah, that's who Gary is fighting next. You know what I'm saying? Gary got to fight that guy next. Can't wait to see this joint too. Can't wait to see it, man. People been waiting to see Gary back for some time.
We know he's going to make an IBF title defense, and based on their rules, he has to face somebody in the top 15. Now, like I mentioned, Frank Martin just had a fight, great victory. It's a possibility.
And he got about an 80% KO ratio too, man. That's gonna be a good fight, Gary. And
could get added into that if these guys made a deal and such. You know what I'm saying? If they worked out a deal, that's why I threw him on that poll. But we're gonna talk more about that. So, conventional wisdom, this is who he will fight in the top 15. So we're going to go down this list and let's see if they are, can we eliminate them or can we keep them? Then we'll throw them in a separate type of pool and we're going to talk more about that. All right, so the IBF mandatory is Landolfo Delgado. He just fought in November. I mean,
and
he got a gift against Gabriel Valenzuela. Could that fight possibly happen? It could, you know what I'm saying? He can request to fight his mandatory early. Is that something that Top Rank is ready to do so early? I'm not sure. His just is a voluntary, so if he's involuntary, that probably means he can pick whoever he want to fight. If he got plans on unifying the division, then I'm guessing he wouldn't mind getting that Landolfo Delgado name, you know what I'm saying, out the way. I think that's an easy fight for him. I think he win that fight 10 rounds to 11, you know what I'm saying? Easy money for him. So we're going to keep Delgado. He may get an opportunity. Delgado has the same manager as Virgil Ortiz. Really. So he came on and said he want to get Delgado that fight next. You know, he don't really come. He normally be kicking fights away and turning and making fights seem harder to make. You know, i.e. Virgil and Boots. He talking down on that fight. But with Delgado, he's ready to push Delgado off the ledge and give him to Hitchens so quick. But
it could be like that because his last couple performances has been a little so-so, Delgado. I wanted to try to give him some benefit of the doubt in his last fight. You know what I mean? That he clearly got a gift in because Robert Garcia, I think, was training Bam, was it? He didn't have his. I just wonder, would he have performed differently with Robert in the corner, or is that just who he is, man? I try to look for some reason why he just seems to fight with he need a fire lit up under his ass or something. Like he the type of fighter that you probably need to slap him in the corner, piss him off, do something. Because he fight with like no sense of urgency, bro.
I'm not sure.
And the fight will be competitive and close, and he just like he just don't fight like he want it bad enough.
Something that would be next, but I'm gonna keep him though. Another good thing, another point to mention as well, Top Rank and Matchroom are all the ones promoting this card on January 31st. So it is a possibility that Top Rank say, you know what, are you ready, Delgado? If you are, we're just gonna go ahead and put you in with Hitchens, but we'll see. So I'm gonna keep him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch more on that though.
So man, shout out to my guy Dub, man. He do a hell of a job. Like I said, y'all go check him out, man. He be breaking this shit down. He really coming off 2 gifts for real, Z. So maybe that's why they probably see it too, and they ready to maybe, man, I don't know, invest in pushing Hitchens forward, especially if you're willing to sacrifice him to him, because I definitely feel like Hitchens beats Delgado 100%. I don't see Lindolfo Delgado beating Richardson Hitchens. I think that jab would be a problem. That little lackluster, like, economical approach that he has, I think that shit will get him cooked. I think it'll get him beat. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll get him beat for sure. But we'll see, man. You never know. Never know, man. Never know. Never know. But that's good insight, man, because a lot of people was asking, you know, who Hitchens' next guy was going to be. You heard him saying he turned down Keyshawn Davis, different guys like that. I don't know what Hitchens want to do, but I believe in him as a talent. No evidence was good with it. I believe he want to fight, man. I believe he knows in order for him to solidify himself at 140, prove himself, he got to fight. He said something about being willing to move up, fight Devin and shit like that. So definitely got to be willing to accept all comers and all smoke in your division for sure. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to fight everybody, man. Or it's going to look like you got favorites or certain selected picks. And then, you know, you're going to give fans a reason to talk a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I will hope not, man. That because I see it already with Hitchens, man. They start with the dragging him and stuff, but I think he'll be all right, man. And we seen Bill Haney out, man, giving out pizzas and stuff, man.
Shout out, thank you to Brian Norman Jr. Thank you, sir. Brian Norman Sr. Shout out to Turkey on the Sheik. Compliments of Devin the Dream, Haney. Bless your heart, King. Compliments of Dan. Compliments of Devin Haney. Water? Yeah, water. Give me the water. Water. You want some water? Just pizza for you? Let me get you a water. Compliments of Devin the Dream Haney. Can I get it?
Man, Bill out there giving out pizzas like the good Samaritan, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, Brian Norman. Bill a troll, man. He a troll. He a good troll, man. He a good troll. Good troll, man. But look, I told you I'm going to head out just a bit early today. I don't know if I'll come back later tonight and do the late stream. I'm thinking about it. But if not, we just going to make up for it tomorrow. And we going to make sure we build, man. Look. I appreciate everybody that came through and rocked out. If you didn't double tap the screen, make sure you do. Sub to the channel. If your notifications ain't on, make sure you hit that bell icon so you can be notified. Just in case we pull up and do this live tonight, I got to run and take care of something real quick. But if I have time, I'll come back and I'll make sure we get the build. We have finished this conversation for sure. So look, shout out to everybody. I appreciate all the support. Much love to the fam. Enjoy the rest of this good Tuesday. And we're going to be back to build, man. Shout out to the family, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all. And I'll see y'all either later or tomorrow. Peace to the
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand. From Patterson, New Jersey, please welcome the sweet Terminator, Shadesha Green.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Just the Boxing, the best boxing talk. It's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just